Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the crypto market. Is it dead? Is it all over? Or is this just a fake out here? So we're going to talk about that. And we've been predicting a cycle low for a little bit now. So didn't really come as a surprise. If you've been watching the channel, you've been knowing that we were looking for a cycle low by the end of this week, which is Friday or Saturday here. So I am predicting right now this is just a guess basically, but I'm thinking we're coming down to this $80,000 limit. We could be done here. We could just stop at this 86.4. This is a big enough pullback to continue on, no problem. And this is totally normal. So in this video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about a lot of the altcoins. Some of them are doing some very interesting things. I'm going to talk about what I think this is based off of. And yeah, let's go. So very first thing, pullbacks are normal for Bitcoin. There is, when I said, is it over? Is it over for altcoins? Is it over for Bitcoin? It's definitely not over for Bitcoin, because as we look here, this is only a 20% pullback. We've had many very large pullbacks in Bitcoin's history, so this is nothing to be worried about. Let's go over here to this chart. This is Bitcoin as well. From the top to the bottom here, we're looking at a 33%, okay? So this was our most recent big pullback, 33%. If we look at this one right here, this was another 21%. If we look, so this is like a bear market pullback. So this is a little bit different. But if we look in the last bull market, we had a full-on 55% pullback and then still had this run up 140% straight to the top. So it's definitely not over for Bitcoin. And, we have a bunch of these pullbacks in here. This one's a 60% pullback. If we look at this one's a 50% pullback. This is the last bull market, or the bull market before this one, a 30% pullback. So 30% and even 50% pullbacks are very normal for Bitcoin. I don't think we'll be seeing a 50% pullback. That would be, full on decimation. That would take us all the way back into the 50s, which I don't really think is possible. If that happens, I'm probably going to say, that's it. We're going into a bear market for a couple of years. I didn't take enough profits, and we're going to, give most of our profits back here. So that's what I'm thinking if we get a 50%. But if we just get a 30% pullback, that brings us to about 76. I think 80. I think 80 is still my target for the biggest pullback that we could see here, right to this 0.5 fib level of 79,300. I think that would be the biggest pullback we could see. Now, this would decimate alts pretty bad as well. Alts already are not doing okay. They're below their 50% levels. A lot of them are retesting levels we have not seen in a very long time, like Solana. Yeah, I mean, look at this Solana right here. So definitely some bad news here. However, there is some interesting things looking at the chart here for Solana. So if I look at Solana and I draw a line through this, we actually hit this one other time last year, and we just tapped it again. So this might be it for Solana. I think this might be the bottom for Solana. You can see the Trump coin rug pull marked the top for Solana. I do still think this is full-on market manipulation. I don't think this has anything. People, if you go on X, people will say, "Oh, it's the tariffs and this and that," and repeat after me. This is the bottom. All right, let's go. But I think this is just full-on market manipulation from Binance and Wintermute still. I've talked about it multiple times, but if you haven't heard me talk about it, let's just Google Wintermute here and just talk about what's going on here. One jail for the two master manipulators. You can see they're sending a bunch of Solana from Binance to Wintermute, and then they sell it on the open market. They crash the price. They do the same thing with Ethereum, Solana. They've been just wrecking Solana for many days now. You can see here, Binance will dump your bags, but not theirs. Yeah, if you notice, guess the only cryptocurrency that has not had a pullback. Yeah, it's Binance coin. So they're not going to dump their own coin. Makes me wish I had a little bit more Binance coin. I do have a decent chunk of Binance coin, but they're not going to drop their own coin, right? I mean, this time we did get down to about 500 with the first round of market manipulation that we saw in the last round of tariffs. And then this time, you know, on the weekly chart here, we're only down 10%, while other coins, even Litecoin, down, I guess we'll go from the top 24% from here. 18%. But another interesting thing is Litecoin also hitting the same similar line that Solana is, right? So we tapped this here at $100. We have wicked below this, but we've never closed any candles below this line here. So I am continuing to purchase Bitcoin and Litecoin. I think right now is a good buying opportunity for any altcoins if you have the balls to do it. Again, when we're in fear, usually that means it's a good that's a good time to buy. So, right, if we go to crypto fear and greed index, we'll click this boy. We got extreme fear, and it's funny, we skipped right through fear. We went from neutral directly to extreme fear. So usually when you're purchasing any cryptocurrency in extreme fear, you're usually getting a very good price. So I'm going to stick by that and say this is what's the plan. If you have any extra cash, if you're not already fully allocated, feel free to pick up more crypto, because I think you're going to see a nice return on it. A lot of these coins are down a lot. Even HBAR, which literally just had a ETF applied for, right? So the pump started right here, and then the sell-offs were able to overpower it. So even HBAR, which just got an ETF submitted, you know, Litecoin will probably get an ETF this year. Even Dogecoin might get one. Solana might get one, which would be hilarious. Maybe they're just trying to dump the Solana price because they know they're about to get an ETF. So if they can dump it here. Now, one interesting thing is Solana price almost never goes below $120. So that'd be a great buy order. If we go back to the weekly, I guess I got to turn this on to the daily. So if we hit settings here, I don't know if you didn't know this, you can actually turn on this, so this gets shown. There you go. So look at, we tapped that line perfectly. We tapped it one other time here, which was the biggest pullback, and then we went up 137%, and then we're going to tap this here. All we need is everyone to stop panicking and hold your bags. As I said, I do not think this is the end. I do not think this is the end. I think this is just a massive bit of manipulation, and people are basically just trying to push people out. You can see everyone's talking. People are finally starting to talk about it here. Binance has been dumping massive amounts of SOL the last 4 hours. They've been continuously dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping. And I mean, I guess they can continue this for almost ever. And unfortunately, we don't have Gary Gensler anymore to help us out. You know, I'm sure there'd be a lawsuit coming out right now against Wintermute and Binance. Possibly. I don't know that. Possibly. That could happen. But anyways, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I don't have much else to say besides if I had extra cash, I'd be buying. I would definitely not be selling. I would definitely not be selling, because, I mean, this could literally turn around in an instant. We could get, you know, news from the Fed. We got actually some Fed news coming today, literally in 2 hours. So, I mean, if we get any sort of good numbers from the Fed, this could instantly reverse, and people might be in the appetite for buying. Now, I don't think it's going to happen that quickly, just because this was a pretty big hit for a lot of people. A lot of the portfolios are down a lot. So I think this is going to be difficult for a lot of people to stomach. And especially if you're a retail investor, if you're a newer investor, if you're not used to, you know, big pullbacks like this. I've been in the crypto market a long time, but honestly, this cycle has been quite awful compared to others. I still do have a bunch of my trades open. I do have leverage trades open. I did not get liquidated because I'm using Bitunix, who has that mixed margin. And basically, you can hold a bunch of your spot assets over here. So you can see I have a bunch of my spot assets on the exchange. And yeah, I'm negative, but I'm not, you know, so negative that it's going to liquidate my account or anything like that. So I have a SUI trade open that I'm down on, a SOL trade that I'm down on, a Litecoin trade that I'm down on, and a Bitcoin trade. But I'm hoping that Litecoin eventually is going to go up to 690 bucks. So my goal here is to take this profit here, 126 grand, if we can make it back to 690. And that's one of my targets for this bull market for Litecoin. I think it's going to do extremely well, especially if we get that ETF approved, which I do think it'll be approved. And the same thing for my Bitcoin trade. If I can get up to 179, as I've been saying, I think we're going to a cycle low, and then we're going to double in price, which is roughly, 170, 160. That's a nice chunk of profit if we can make it there. So that's what I'm looking for the leverage trades. Feel free to use my link in the description below if you want to try out leverage trading. And that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. Yeah, I don't think this is over. I don't think this is it. I think there's another chapter to this story. So if I were you and I had any cash, I would not be sitting on the sidelines. I'd be picking up some coins that I think have a very strong use case. Now, I personally will be staying away from meme coins for a while. Meme coins are definitely, let's go take a look real quick at the meme coin list. What do we got going? Oops, did I pass right by it? Yeah, here we go. So meme coins actually are, I think, maybe just so oversold at this point that maybe there's no space for them to really go down much anymore. I mean, especially Ponky, it's not even going down anymore because there's no one else. There's no one left to settle. To sell. Since it's mostly market manipulation that's doing this. The coins that they don't target are kind of still doing fine. Even Moodin's actually up a little bit, which is funny. Act holding very steady. Actually hasn't really dropped at all. Dogecoin has been dropping because again, the bigger coins are being pushed down by the market manipulators, in my opinion. So anyways, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, sign up for Bitunix, or there's also a trading competition for BYDFi, and I have a link for BTCC. So if you want to try out any leverage trading, I am a biggest fan of Bitunix just because you can use your spot and you can trade against your spot. So you don't have to hold a bunch of USDT or a bunch of USDC. So I'm a huge fan of Bitunix. So that's the one I use the most, but the other exchanges are great exchanges as well. So feel free to use those. That's it for the video. Have a great day, everyone. Press that like, press that subscribe button, leave a comment below. How are you feeling? What are you picking up? If you're buying anything, yeah. And if you want to join the Discord, feel free, join the Discord, suggest a video in the video suggestion channel, or just chat with everyone. So that's it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.